everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Ada. Yes, your online therapist in the making. How are you guys doing? Merry Christmas to you, everyone. Hey, it's not just beginning to look like Christmas, it's been Christmas up in here, guys. Such a pleasure to be back. I'm glad to be back. How was your Christmas? Did you spend it with friends and family and loved ones? I hope you did. And all that good stuff, okay? So guys, it is a rainy day. And I'm so ecstatic. There's something about the rain that just makes me happy. Well, the sun brightens up my day. The rain just helps me kind of just relax and calm down. When the sun is out, there's no relaxation. Even when you want to take a siesta or a nap, it's just like, yeah, no. But with the rain, no matter what you hear, no matter the noise, nothing, it just cools your nerves down. So yeah, super grateful for the weather, for the rain. So guys, today's topic is temperament. I'm still on the subject of behavior, okay? So we're not going further away from behavior, but we're gonna be talking about temperaments. Now, for any parents, it's usually parents who get the bulk of behavior issues when it comes to temperament, but you will notice temperaments in adults. But you know, of course it develops with age. So guys, I'm going to be talking about temperaments. What is a temperament? It's how you respond to the world. Usually how children respond by definition. But I'm going to say generally it's how you and I and everyone around us, how people respond to the world. And what do I mean by how people respond to the world? Well, for me, I see the rain as a relaxing, period or time, a weather. Somebody else might see the rain as gloom and doom and nothing good happens. It's wet, yada, 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 all that stuff. And somebody else might see the sun as it's too hot, I'm melting, messes up my makeup, always sweating. And somebody else might see the sun as my energy levels are so high when it's sunny. Okay, guys? Now, temperament makes you describe the world. Temperament is how you view. Temperament affects your perception of the world. Okay? I'm going to be talking about 3 qualities that can affect or influence. Temperament allows you to explore the world in your own words. Yes, remember when we're taught in school, say something, do you understand the topic? Well, share what you understand in your own words. You say it all the time when you have write-ups, academic writings, in your own words. Temperament is in your own words, how you respond to the world in your own understanding and perception. Temperament makes everything black or white or gray or in between. Temperament makes you more outgoing. It makes you less outgoing or less sociable. Temperament can make you more excited. There are people who are excited, like me, over the littlest things like rainbow landing. Okay, check out that little short video I shot on my Facebook story, whatever. I might put it on Instagram though. So temperament makes you super excited about the littlest things, and temperament can make you almost unshaken by even the wildest, most amazing things. There are people who cannot wait to celebrate birthdays. There are people who I've seen houses with some serious lighting, Christmas lighting, like it's like a Vegas Strip. And I've seen houses where it's like they cut the power. See what I mean? Yes, of course, there's culture, there's upbringing, there's parenting and all that in between. But you see, you can have twins. I'm not even going to go as far as siblings. You can have twins, fraternal twins, and they can be so different. And that's how, according to David Rettew, I think I got that right. David Rettew. Well, he's a psychiatrist, and he said 50 to 60%, like research shows it, 50 to 60% of our temperament is genetic. So the question, is it nature or nurture? Is yes. I love that kind of answer. Is it yes or no? Is yes or no. So what he did say is children don't come with instructions that you have to put together in a precise way for them to function. There is no final point. Of course, there's making sure your child is able to be an independent adult, but being an independent adult in their own right, not in the rights of the parents, not how the parents want them to be. You see, we are so different, like, praise Jesus, God is amazing. You can have fraternal twins, and they could be so different. Siblings, brothers and sisters, however parents wish for their kids to become something in life. There's something he calls suboptimal parenting, that you need to override the natural instincts to force your child to do certain things, because it's very important. You might just be forcing that child against their temperament, against their personality. Also, temperament can also be called personality traits, okay? In case somebody's like, temperament sounds like personality traits. Yes, it is, okay? So let's get back to what I was saying. If you want the best out of a person, you have to approach them from from who they are, Asking a child who is less sociable and, finds it difficult to be in groups to suck it up is just like asking a black person to bleach their skin to avoid black people problems. That is about as crude and as insensitive as you can be. All right. Yes, parenting does not come with a manual. There is no one right way to parent. You just look at what you have and work with what you've got with the resources at your disposal. It's very nice to have money, honestly. It exposes you to more services. I mean, there's a reason why private school kids seem to have a lot more exposure than kids with standard to public education, because private schools pay more for that exposure. Without further ado, I'd like to state that, oh yes, I will reference Dr. David Rettew and Australian parenting website. They gave me some really great information about this topic, so thank you guys. And it is said that the difference in temperament, this is what I read in the Australian parenting website, and yes, Australia does not joke. They have parenting websites to help parents, to help with parenting. That is a really awesome stuff. Way to go, Australia. And it says, differences in temperament explain why our children might be different from one another. Your child might be less or more reactive, less or more self-regulated, and less or more sociable. So that brings me to the 3 qualities I wanted to with less or more, less and more, less and more. That's what I wanted to do like that. Anyway, 3 qualities that you can see as a temperament that can help you deduce a person's temperament, or in this case, a child. It also influences behavior. Remember we say behavior is how you respond to situations, is how you express yourself. Behavior is a way to express yourself. Temperament is how you respond to the world, okay? Your response is your behavior. Don't you just like that connection? Awesome. So guys, let's talk about the 3 qualities about the temperament that can help you understand what is happening. There's reactive, there's self-regulation, and there is sociable. How sociable a person or your child is. Reactive, someone like me, I love it. I'm very When I'm happy, I'm super happy. When I'm sad, I'm super sad. It's like extremes. Yes. Sagittarius sun. Oh no. So listen, guys, a reactive child takes everything on the extreme level. Very reactive, they're very physical, they're very boisterous and loud and dramatic. Everything is like poof to them. It's like, show up. A reactive child is always going to take the opportunity to, they make friends so easily because they're so extroverted, they're outgoing, nothing can stand in their light or their way. They need a lot of outdoor stuff because all that energy cannot be contained indoors. So parents, you have to allocate time for them to be outdoors. If you lock them in, you're punishing those poor things, okay? And that is to say they need help winding down. Because of that energy, they just know how to give and exude so much energy that they might not know how to bring it down. So parenting for you as parents is to show them how to cool off, to calm down, to chill, okay? The other part is the less reactive kids. They are not very physically active. They would rather stay home. They're easy to get along with, they're like calm. They're not noisy, they're not boisterous. So if you're a new kid, the very reactive kids might be the popular kid. And you see those people at the corner who don't like to get in the fray of things, those are your less reactive kids. They're easy to get along with, They're less assertive. This is a problem, or this can be a challenge. They easily get bullied because they're not as forthgoing. They're not as assertive as those who are assertive and very active and who can say what they want and say what they mean and mean what they say. They need help. They are happiest when they are doing stuff with their motor skills. They're not so loud, so they spend more time practicing fiddling with things. If you find your child fiddling with things, fixing, repairing more than they are speaking or interacting with you or other people or their siblings, your child is less reactive. They're not easily excited by what excites people, Now the second one is self-regulation. Self-regulation means, self-control. It's pretty much self-control. Self-regulation is how much a child can manage their emotions, how impulsive they are. People who are more self-regulated, they can manage their emotions. They are super high on the emotional intelligence spectrum, They are not impulsive. They're able to focus. These people can maintain long-term attention. They're the ones that sit in history class, geography, music, whatever class they're in, they're not, noisy. They're not like itching to get up. They're very focused, and they're able to maintain attention for longer periods of time. All right. They might be a bit of a perfectionist. That's the thing. All that focus and all that concentration, it's like they're looking for how something is done without error. Please encourage this type of kids. It is okay to make mistakes. That's how you learn. Mistakes is also part of learning, okay? It doesn't mean getting it once is the only way to know to check intelligence. Getting it wrong and getting it right is how intelligence also works, okay? Less self-regulated. Now these kids, oh my God, if you as a parent don't watch out, when a kid is less self-regulated, they may need a lot of attention to finish things. It's not that they don't believe in themselves, but they get bored easily and they need to move on to the next thing, to the next thing, to the next thing. The less self-regulated children, usually they need a lot of help. They're not very, they need to be supervised, they need encouragement. They're usually very creative, you need to give a lot of reinforcement, thumbs up. You need to encourage them, Give them things that would encourage their creativity, such as games and crafts and all that. And they will tend to switch between activities. So you can either help them, like encourage them to finish one activity and go on to the next, but do not scold them for it. It's their temperament. You want to encourage them with things that help them maintain focus, because focus is going to be a challenge for less self-regulated children. And finally, we have the social butterfly. Okay, guys, a kid who is more sociable, obviously, as it says, is more sociable. They enjoy being around people. They love to travel. They are comfortable with play dates and parties and school activities because they want to mingle. Okay? Now, if you have a child who is not as sociable, well, you might need to help them. Now, it's not all bad, okay? Those who are more sociable, they might have difficulty playing by themselves. They always need to be in your face. They always want to talk to you. They all want to be around people. Even when you ask them to go sit by themselves or go do something by themselves, they're gonna have trouble with that. They're gonna come back to you every 5-10 minutes. I'm done. Okay, what else you want to do? Can we go to this person's house? Can we go to the store? Can we go to the mall? Very sociable kids like to be out and about and mingling, always being in the presence of people or others. Less sociable kids have no problem being by themselves in front of their computers, reading a book, in a library. They are fine and comfortable with doing things themselves. They know how to keep themselves occupied, okay? But you will need to help them make friends, encourage them to make at least one friend, because if you leave it to them, they will not make friends because they are content in their world, okay? Without further ado, guys, I'm really hopeful that going forward we would put a bit more enlightenment in how we are parenting or relating with other people. If you have friends who are very reactive, please don't put them down or criticize them. If you have friends who are less reactive, encourage them. And if you have one that's a sibling or a child, always encourage them to use their words, speak their mind. It's very important to be expressive, because as an independent and wholesome adult, you have to be able to navigate the world, to negotiate on your behalf. All right, guys? Thank you so much for listening. Happy holidays coming to the town near you. I just love those ads that sing all that song. All right, guys, I will see you guys in my next video episode. Ciao. Take care.